welcome to a 20-minute zero impact medicine ball or dumbbell cardio pyramid. So today we have 5 exercises starting 20 on, 30, 40, and then back down 30, 20. We are using a medicine ball, which could be a volleyball, a pillow, or a true medicine ball. We're gonna listen to those tones. There it is. And this is gonna roll right into our warm-up, going 30 to 45 seconds through each exercise. And if you don't have a set of dumbbells, don't worry. If these movements are new to you, go ahead and use a soup can or water bottle because they help you produce power, which is correlative to longevity. 10 more seconds here, and we're gonna go to a jog in place or a high knee march to keep it exclusively no impact. All right, toes are gonna be straight ahead as we move into this jog in place. Wanna make sure those knees aren't going out of alignment. We're staying straight ahead. Feet are hip width apart. We're pumping opposite arm, opposite leg. If we're not jogging, we're coming up to that high knee march, pumping those arms, belly button gently pulled in, and that chin is tucked with that head back, meaning we're not getting into this forward posture. We're concentrating on staying up nice and tall. In 2, we're hitting 3 mountain climbers to a pause. So hands underneath those shoulders in that plank. We're gonna alternate knees. 1, 2, 3, catch and pause. 1, 2, 3, catch and pause. We're gonna get that heart rate up just a little bit higher here before we go in to some dynamic stretching movements. Our belly button is gently pulled in. And if we have any kind of back pain here, we're gonna go into an incline. 1, 2, 3, pause and squeeze by squeezing the glutes. Now we're gonna go into some of those dynamic stretches. Toes straight ahead, feet wide. You're gonna sit down, toes, knees, hips in that straight line stacked. Then we're gonna pivot, reach across our body to our far corner for a lateral lunge reach. As we sit down into that one leg, the opposite leg is nice and straight, feeling a stretch through the inside of that thigh. As we pivot our feet, we're squeezing our glutes, reaching across our body, keeping our shoulder down and back. This should feel like a stretch through the front of that hip, potentially down into that thigh and reaching across through the outside of that armpit. Last one, we're gonna switch sides. So again, toes, knees, hips, straight line. This sitting down not only helps open up our hips, it helps get those muscles ready that help stabilize that toes, knees, hips stacking. It also stretches out the muscles that cause our knees to pull in. So we never want those knees touching each other. As I'm reaching up with the opposite arm, here we go, sit down, pivot, squeeze the glutes and reach across the body. 10 more seconds in this dynamic stretch. We're gonna go to those dumbbell swings. All of these exercises you're gonna be seeing later. So pick up a dumbbell. If this is new to you, go with a lighter weight. We're gonna sit down into a deadlift position, toes, knees, hips, straight line. Swing the dumbbell behind you. Push those hips forward to get that momentum, to bring that dumbbell up in front. Now think of this as a standing up plank. So our chin is tucked. Our shoulders land over top of our hips. We're not arching back. So those hips are not swinging that far forward. That would be a banana and it's not safe for that low back. So we squeeze the bum to stand up, belly button in, exhale and push. 5 seconds and we're gonna stretch those hamstrings out. Beautiful. Set that dumbbell down. We're gonna alternate legs here. So 1 foot flat on the floor, the other one with the toes tapping, hip width apart. We're gonna reach with the opposite arm towards our knee, shin, or toe. Stand up and squeeze, switch legs. Down, chest up tall, belly button in, squeeze those glutes to come up. This stretch is helping stretch our hamstrings while also getting our glutes activated. All right, we want those glutes firing. We want to keep the chest up tall, have a slight bend in the knee that's on the flat foot. 1 second. Going to that alternating dumbbell clean. Another power movement, moving that dumbbell from the floor to your shoulder. This time we're sitting into that deadlift type position. We're gonna push through the floor, slide that dumbbell up the body, and catch with soft knees up on our shoulder. Our toes, knees, and hips stay in a nice straight line. Our body stays nice and neutral, meaning that as we pull on one side, we don't want to be tipping or turning. We're going to alternate hands. I did 2 in a row there on the same side. Chest is tall, belly button's in. I'm going to show you from the side. Think of it as a deadlift to an upright row. Beautiful work. Now, keep those feet moving. We're going to be getting ready for that pyramid. 20, 30, 40, then back 30, 20. All right, 3 times through. First exercise is that dumbbell swing. And then we're going to pick up that ball or pillow for a rainbow medicine ball slam. Get ready. Here we go. Back and forth. Chest up tall, belly button in. If this is new, we set it on the floor, swing it back and up, back down. So slow it down. It's only 20 seconds and you only have 3 left. Yes. We're going to pick up that medicine ball. We're going to do a rainbow slam. So it's going to go from one side to the other. That means we're doing a lunge. All right, pivoting to one side, then picking it up, overhead, pivoting those feet, throwing it down into that lunge. All right, so up and over, chest up tall, and then bringing that ball down to the floor as hard as we can. If you have a regular ball, really important as you throw it down to keep your hands over top of it so it doesn't jump back up in your face. All right, pivot those feet so they stay hip width apart. Yeah. Notice that power gets that heart rate up. Longest interval here. We're at the top of the pyramid. 3 mountain climbers, pause. Here we go. Driving those knees up 3 times. And then pausing. Catching yourself so we're not bouncing. Bouncing up and down, right? We don't want that. We just want to switch those feet, pushing back through those toes. Shoulders over those hands. We're not going to let it sit back. We're not going to let those hips go up. We're going to keep that stress on those shoulders, engaging that core. Remember, you can do them on an incline, and you can do them up against a wall, marching. Keep that chin tucked, head back. 3 seconds. Beautiful work. Alternating dumbbell clean. We're coming back down. This is that floor to shoulder movement. Here we go. So deadlift, upright row, catching with those soft knees. We catch with the knees in line with those toes. And notice that as I push up, I'm coming through those toes, getting all of that power as I push that floor away to move that dumbbell up to my shoulder. We start off light, and we go heavier as we get more confidence. 2 seconds. That's it. Finishing with a medicine ball, chest pass and chase. So if you have more space in this area, you're gonna take your medicine ball, go into a slight squat, and push it away. And you can walk, high knee march, or jog to chase it. So big bend, push across, hustle up, bend down, and pick it up. If you don't have that medicine ball or you have less space, throw it up towards the ceiling. That 20 seconds goes by fast. That's round 1. Hitting those dumbbell swings right now. Our feet, in this case, are a little bit wider than hip width. This helps us make space for that dumbbell or kettlebell if you have one. Again, you can use that water bottle. 5 seconds. Lock in those glutes. Goes really fast, right, guys? Make sure you're bending those knees to put it down. Med ball rainbow slam. Here we go. Now, if you do this with a pillow, throw it down as hard as you can. Pivot those feet, throw it through the floor. It's a lot of fun. It gets all of that stress out. as you pivot and produce that power. As you lift up, shoulders away from those ears, meaning I don't want you reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. 3 seconds. It's amazing how high that heart rate can get with no jumping. 3 mountain climbers to a pause in 2. 1, 2, 3, pause and hold. When we pause and hold, there's no back pain. If there's any kind of back pain, I really want you to focus on pulling that belly button in, away from your waistband, or even clenching those ribs or those abs as if somebody's gonna punch you. This teaches our core to catch quickly. You're down to 10 seconds. Punch the hands through the floor, feeling it in the shoulders, in the chest, in the core, and in that heart rate. Oh, that one feels so much longer than the rest, probably because it is, right? Alternating, dumbbell clean, 1 dumbbell, sitting down deep, pushing through the floor, bringing it up to that shoulder. Everything nice and square, even though we're only grabbing it on one side, all right? Again with the belly button in, you just trained it. Now we're doing it into action. Stay up tall and long, last one. Yes. Beautiful work. And finishing with that chest pass chase. This is already your second round to finish. 20 seconds. If you're tight on space, you throw it up higher. Bend those knees and push. You can even imitate it with a dumbbell, right? So sit down, push up into a 45-degree like a jammer press. There you have it, guys. Round 2 complete. 5 seconds. Back to that dumbbell swing for the finish. 1 more up, 1 more down. Finishing this pyramid. 1 last hill to climb right here. Locking in those glutes. Form is always first. Bend those knees. Sit those hips down and back. 2 seconds. You've got it. You finished it. Rainbow, med ball slam. Grabbing that pillow, that soccer ball, basketball, whatever you have. You reach it overhead. Pivot those feet and come down into that lunge position. If this feels like a tweak or a Turk on any of those knees, you go into a regular medicine ball slam. Toes, knees, hips, straight line, throwing it down through the floor. But this pivot trains our body to stabilize in different directions. Big throw down for the finish. Man, you throw that hard, gets the heart rate up nice and high. 3 mountain climbers with that pause. Here we go. Driving those knees up. Alternating legs. Pausing to catch after 3. This helps split them up, engages that core to stabilize that spine during quick movement. That means day to day, guys. You're over halfway. I know we're burning. I'm breathing heavy too. My shoulders are telling me we've got this, but boy, is it challenging. 5 seconds, you can do anything for 5. Yes, we can right here. Longest interval complete. Alternating dumbbell clean. When you only have 20 minutes, guys, we gotta make it count, right? Sit down, drive up, and be kind to yourself in this workout. Every day is gonna look a little bit different. Deep breath in, drive through that floor, keep that chest up nice and tall. Slide it up the body. Catch it gently, down to 3 seconds. 1 more for good measure. 20 seconds of hard work left. Yes, you can, because you've made it this far. That medicine ball chest pass and that chase, walking, jogging, running, or high knees. The distance you throw it will depend on the space you have. Sit down, throw it up. Use that strength from those legs. There it is. Get a quick drink. We're gonna bring that heart rate down a little bit before we hit that cool down and stretch. Whoo, baby. Feels good. Take that nice deep breath in. Expand the belly, expand the lungs, exhale. Circle those arms to stretch that chest. One big deep breath, one more. Release all that stress. All of that intention, that intensity. We're gonna start off on our feet. Toes nice and wide, feet straight ahead. We're gonna step 1 foot forward. So my heel is in line with the opposite foot's toes. Gonna lean into that leg and then squeeze the bum, tucking the hips under. So I get a nice big stretch through the inside of my thigh. Big deep breath in, guys. This was a pretty intense workout for never leaving the ground, while also getting that heart rate up really, really high. All right, we taught our body how to balance quickly and engage and stabilize. And power, go ahead and switch sides, has a huge correlation with long-term health and longevity, meaning people that train with power have longer health benefits that are seen in long-term independence, okay? So less dependency on others, and therefore get to live your own life and be more independent long-term and live the life that you hope to have, right? We're gonna go to a front hip and thigh stretch, flexing those back toes under. Feel free to put a mat, pillow, or blanket under that bottom knee. And we're gonna simply squeeze the bum, tucking the hips under. You may feel a stretch already through the front of the hip, down into that thigh, and reach up towards the ceiling. You can even add a small lean to the side, but we're only adding the reach and lean if we feel an increase in stretch. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Squeeze those glutes. Lots of great work, guys. So I stretch very, very particular muscles that have a tendency to get tight, which leads to pain and injury. We're gonna switch sides. I generally hold these stretches about 30 to 45 seconds. But if you are still feeling like you need to hold that stretch longer, meaning that stretching sensation isn't going away, it means you need to hold it longer. All right, so feel free to pause that video or come back to it at the end. It's also normal to have one side feel tighter than the other. If that's the case, come back to it, stretch that opposite side out a little bit longer. You gotta listen to that body when it's talking to you and saying it's tight, all right? So we did the inside of our thighs, the front of our hips, and down into the front of our thighs. We're gonna go to the low back as well as the upper back. Toes together and knees wide into that child's pose. Shoulders away from those ears. We're gonna take a nice big deep breath in. Expand the belly, those lungs and those ribs. Exhale. Push that chest and those shoulders towards the floor. Rounding that back, letting those hips fall towards those heels. Keep in mind that you can also use a bench here. Raising those arms up takes some of that range of motion if you are not quite there yet in your knees. That's perfectly okay. You can still get a great stretch through the low back and along the outside of those armpits. That's that nice big lat muscle. Remember, shoulders, kind of just roll them down and back, squeeze them there so you get that nice big stretch. Beautiful. beautiful work today. Building power, building confidence, building healthy longevity with Kinetic Balance Fitness, guys. I am always working to provide you with the best balanced workouts, give you the most so you can get the most out of your workouts, out of your time. All right? I love spending this time with you. I love being on this journey with you. Never hesitate to reach out. Please subscribe to my channel for more free workouts or find me at my website. That will guide you through all of the different things that I offer and help you find my virtual gym where you can have longer workouts and get your own customized warm-up that helps you prevent injury, prevent pain, and get the most out of every workout session. Great job today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments, share with your friends, and have an awesome day.